Alright, forgive me for this, because I do realize this could come as a slight Are you guys okay up there? I'll leave them be. This may come as... Oops, I did not actually read that. You said talk to you. But, this may come across as a little bit of a rehash, but I'm kind of curious, between this game and the previous, which one will better support my attempts to draw a particular kind of rocket. Just so you know, the last rocket that I piloted crashed and caught fire. Also, this looks like a Sonic the Hedgehog style boost pad that just flings you off into the great beyond, not like a going upwards kind of thing, like an elevator would take you upwards in. Look at this, I actually had to draw the whole thing. Space Age spaceship. What's a not Space Age spaceship look like? Like a Stone Age spaceship. We're fighting off an alien armada. Don't make me think of doing like Space Invaders or something. But, okay. I was gonna try to draw the Gummy ship again. Give me a second. Okay, for a second I was thinking of doing the Space Invaders spaceship, but it's not really much to it. It's like... It's like that. That's the whole thing. I do kind of feel like doing something Space Invaders-esque just because it's fun to do stuff on a whim when I feel inspiration struck like that. But also... It feels like a little bit of a reference to something still, because Space Invaders, to my understanding, is owned by Taito, which did make a couple games I quite like, namely Graffiti Kingdom and Magic Pendule, and this is in fact referenced in Magic Pendule, because there's in fact a space in, not Magic Pendule, Graffiti Kingdom, where there's just a straight up Space Invader enemy. How big is this thing? How big is the grid we got to work with here? Give me a second, I actually might just count this out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. That's an unusual number. Okay, so I have 62, presumably 62 by 62. This looks kind of square to me, right? Yeah. And the actual spread I want to imitate is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Of course, it's an odd number. I'm realizing that the pixels are not square in this reference image I'm using, which is annoying. So I can make it 55 pixels wide, I guess. So I have 5 by 5 pixels. How do I center this thing? So that's, well, 55 and 62. That actually doesn't add up right. Or I can add an even number of. Yeah, I can't add an even number of pixels on either side. But I could add just 4 on one side and then... One, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 on the other side, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Alright, And then I should be able to go 1, 2, 3. Like this. And just to make sure, let me count this out. I do occasionally end up doing really tedious stuff like this when I'm drawing stuff, but I also like just kind of like acknowledging the process and letting it be seen, how I'm actually thinking about doing these things. I think that's part of the fun. Actually showing the process of figuring this stuff out. Nice, that gives us 5 of these so far. I'll make sure my math actually worked out right. I did, off the top of my head, on camera, so. What an achievement that is. It actually worked. Okay, cool. In that case, this is approximately in the middle, right? I'd have lots of leeway vertically. Hopefully that's not going to mess with like the collisions or something if I actually... This is called a shooter ship, so it's probably going to be shooting somewhere. It might be shooting rightwards, in fact. It's not too late to just rotate this all 90 degrees. Although it would be such a pain to draw it rotated 90 degrees. Whatever, we'll just keep this up, right? Okay. Let's make this an appropriate shade of green. I'm slightly tempted to... drawing a grid would not be very easy here. Because I can't draw between the grid lines or anything. Kind of do this row by row here. It's a good thing I started this fairly early in the episode. Well, actually, like, it was literally the first thing I started doing this episode, but still. There's one. Oh, that's not a pixel there. There's one pixel. Yeah, I just have a reference right next to me here, so you'll, if you're not recognizing this yet, you'll, oh, ignore that. It'll take shape over time. But I promise that it will. Jeez. Honestly, I'm surprised you're not allowed to zoom in more in this game, because, like, these are still, like, on the DS screen, these are still only a couple pixels by a couple pixels. And the pixels are pretty big on the DS. But, like, it's still pretty decent precision you have to draw with to align with individual spots on this grid. Okay. Ah. All right. It is fun doing just totally different, totally disparate art styles for different things in this game too. Just getting the experience of drawing things in totally different ways over the course of this game. You want to think that something this simple would take time to draw, but the thing is, it's just having to tediously, having to like figure out the grid that I'm drawing to and all that, and then having to painstakingly draw each 5 by 5 pixel. It adds up. But the hard part's out of the way now, it's just drawing in these little pixels now. And we've got a good chunk of those done now too. Right, and I'm doing this in kind of a weird order of pixels, but trying to avoid long stretches of just filling stuff in. It might be easy to lose count of what's where. So I don't have to tediously count, okay, this many multiples of 5, that many multiples of 5, and so on. And then I can do easy little fill-ins like that. Yeah. Most of the way there. I might give this thing an outline too, just for the sake of visibility. Yeah, so that's the base thing. I made it a little bit higher than I would have intended to, actually. Oop. Hopefully collisions won't be too weird as a result. And they kind of did the same thing. But just for the sake of making it a little bit easier to see, I might do something kind of like this, or just add a 1 pixel border onto things. Just so it stands out against the background better. In theory, I could also just make the whole background of this thing black to make sure that any collisions it has are represented within the black background, and that would also kind of be in reference to the original black background of Space Invaders, but I think we're okay. Weirdly, when Graffiti Kingdom decided to make these guys an enemy, they didn't make them green, I don't think. I think it made them purple or something like that. I guess it's not like they really designed these things with a particular color, sprite-wise, since there's, I believe it was the only color that the display could actually display to begin with. So it's more of an on-off, light-dark kind of thing than a we decide this is this color kind of thing. Okay. Silly how long that took, but no, hold on. Things are getting misconfigured. There we go. Alright. Silly thing to take a whole 15 minutes on, but... Oh, well... But... Already it's just gonna be... Okay. Let's maybe make it like 10 by 10. I can make it a little bit wider, I guess. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I prefer this to be more centered, but I think that works okay. Hold on. And just kind of shave them off one at a time. Shave off one. Add one. Add one. Shave off one. There we go. And add the black background again. Or black outline. Fine. Gotta have something that fits. Oh, come on. Okay, game, you're getting kind of silly here. This is a little much. Alright, so what I'll do, I think, is, and this is totally ad-libbed, but just something with an identifiable shape that's not going to look like the bullet or anything. The sad thing for me is going to be that this is the last episode I'm recording today too, so this is going to be the a lot of build-up for something I'm not going to get to play for another week. Kind of wondering if I might want to like get rid of the. Well, I think I'll just work with it like this. There's only so much you can do with so few pixels. I just want something that roughly matched the size of the example given. It's kind of weird that the example given is so much smaller. Than the canvas. Kind of glad I went for such a simple aesthetic though, because actually putting a lot of time into all of these things would have been will have added up to a bit much in terms of stuff to draw all at once. Okay, oh boy. Are we going now? I mean, I just spent a bunch of time drawing stuff. Alright, we'll do this next time. Bye everyone.